Global growth is slowing amid rising protectionism and fragmentation. Inflation may ease, but stay above the target in some countries, says the IMF in its October 2025 report. Aging populations and skill gaps threaten labor supply. The IMF also says higher borrowing costs and debt risks could strain finances. A tech stock crash may shake financial stability, while weakening economic institutions could harm policy making. Restoring trust requires credible, transparent, and sustainable policies.
The outlook we have is underwhelming. Medium-term growth prospects remain weak. Public debt is near record highs and continues to climb, and the global economy is excessively imbalanced.
Emerging markets have handled recent shocks well, thanks to good luck and strong policies, says the IMF. Credible monetary and fiscal frameworks reduced reliance on forex interventions. Independent central banks are steering domestic borrowing. Strong frameworks are easing risk-off responses. However, weak ones risk inflation and deeper losses if tightening lags. Forex support offers only brief relief when policies are weak.
So the risk we see is that we may end up in a world in which there is increasing productivity, but it is also a source of divergence within countries and across countries.
Countries are turning to industrial policies to raise productivity, cut import reliance, and build resilience, says the IMF. These can grow key sectors and boost self-sufficiency, but may raise prices and strain budgets. Success needs sharp targeting, strong institutions, reforms, and solid macro policies.
First, we know private sector handles uncertainty better. So unlock private sector growth for economies to deliver more jobs and better livelihoods. For the private sector to thrive, countries must push ahead with broad and ambitious domestic reforms. I have encouraged our members to embrace a regulatory house cleaning to help foster innovation and entrepreneurship. And I urge them to keep trade as an engine of growth.
The IMF October 2025 World Economic Outlook was released during the annual meetings held in the middle of October. The annual meetings hosted in Washington D.C. brought together global financial leaders to discuss key issues including the World Economic Outlook, financial stability, and policy coordination. The Economic Brief, DD India. Mr. Bhattacharjee continues to be with us. Mr. Bhattacharjee, what should weak economies be doing during this period of sluggishness?
Well, as you can see that a few months ago, we had projected that our economy will go at 6.8%. And now the growth projections actually look better. We might, as the chief economic advisor, Mr. Anand Nageshwaran said, we might actually be touching 7, which is actually showing that the growth drivers in India are rather strong. The two things that's happening very positively in India, the income tax relief that has been given large scale in the budget just 8 months ago, and then the GST tax relief, both have created a huge consumption multiplier as companies are finding out to their delight. Simultaneously, what we are also finding is that the capex plans of companies are also coming on steam. So banking sector is seeing interesting demand for credit reviving. Both of these together make very impressive news.
Yeah. Indeed, Mr. Bhattacharjee, and in what way then, what you've already been mentioning a little bit, does India present an opportunity for countries hoping to revive growth? Looking at South-South cooperation also.
Yeah, definitely, because Indian growth has always been very inclusive sort of thing. So we always try to include our partners in progress, and that's something that India does very well. In fact, both in the blue economy that you were just talking about, as well as in the other drivers of the economy, Indian economy is a very open sort of thing about getting in partners. So that I think is something that's worth cherishing, and in fact, there's lots that the Indian policymakers are pushing for to get the global economy and especially our partners, as you said, in the global south, a firm footing. UPI, for instance, we are already offering free to lots of countries, and that's a very powerful digital tool. So yes.
We leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Shubhomay Bhattacharjee.